And welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome to the match preview between PSV and Barcelona, which will be kicking off in the Champions League as Group B draws to a close. We are reaching the conclusions now, looking to finish top, of course, and looking again to build some momentum. It starts right here, an away performance. We really do need something good. Kick-off in the Champions League on Wednesday evening will be coming to us at 9 p.m. local time from the Philips Stadium in Eindhoven, and here, as always, guys, are the times right around the world so you can get involved in some Champions League action. And as always, you have been voting with your predictions for this game going forward, and you have, as always, in confident mood. 2 goals and 3 goal victories are really on the cards right now. Very close to separate those two options. You guys are expecting a win, and hopefully by a good margin as well, because like I say, we need that performance. We need that positive display. And if you're looking elsewhere in Group B right now, Tottenham host Inter in a match which could go a long way to deciding who will progress with us in Group B, with the table currently looking as follows, with ourselves at the top on 10 points, top of the pile, and hopefully with a win securing our top spot in Group B. Inter in second with 7 points, Tottenham in third on 4, and our opponents PSV sitting bottom of the pile with just 1 point. But to be honest, they've been very close in this group to getting more, but it just hasn't quite happened for them. And if you're looking elsewhere on Wednesday night for some entertainment, I'm absolutely sure that PSG against Liverpool is going to be a very feisty attacking encounter, just like it was in the reverse fixture, and that is going to go a long way to deciding who progresses in Group C. Could the likes of Neymar and Mbappe drop into the Europa League? That is a real possibility if PSG don't win. But on to the task in hand, which is PSV Eindhoven, Barcelona travelling to Holland in a match that really we desperately want to win. Not only to secure our place at the top of Group B, which obviously is key to securing our place in the knockout rounds and hopefully a more favourable draw, but also we just want to win to return to some form. It's as simple as that, because right now, suddenly, out of nowhere, we're on a 3-match winless run. We drew last time out against Atletico Madrid, and that really in the last minute by the skin of our teeth. Before that, before the international break, our hammering at home against Real Betis was a real big low in our season. And then of course before that, we had the draw against Inter at San Siro, and suddenly 3 games without a win. Valverde finds himself under pressure once again, under pressure to perform, and not only in terms of a good result, we need a strong performance, and we need one away from home. And whilst injury problems usually do come at a cost to the team, Valverde's injury problems in the squad right now could actually force his hand in this game in a more positive way, because 5 first-team players are all ruled out of the game with injury. You've got Rafinha out for the season, unfortunately, Sergio Roberto out for a month, Cillessen 3 weeks, Suarez 2 weeks, and Arthur should be out just for a few days. And while those players, of course, they will be missed in their own ways right throughout the season, there is now the potential of a very exciting front 3 and an offensive-looking team should Valverde take this opportunity and set his cards on the table. He has the chance to do that. He's got the players to do that. The injuries might force his hand a little bit, and we're going to be looking into those different lineups. I've got 3 potential lineups coming up, as always, later in the video. But one man who will unquestionably be in the starting lineup is, of course, Lionel Messi, and he'll be especially keen to add to his tally so far in the Champions League of 5 goals, especially since he missed, of course, Inter home and away due to his injury a few weeks ago. Lionel Messi currently leads the standings for all-time goals scored in the Champions League group stage. No player ever has scored more than him in the group stage of this competition, and I wouldn't actually bank on him scoring tomorrow. I'd actually bank on him scoring at least twice. I really feel like tomorrow's game is set up nicely for Messi. He's been building nice and strongly since he returned from injury, and providing we set the team up correctly, build it around Messi, give him some support, and enable him really that if he drops in, there's more players beyond him. That's really important. We could be coming on to that later, like I say, because despite missing our last 2 group stage matches, Lionel Messi still remains top of the goal scoring charts in the Champions League with those 5 goals, now alongside Edin Dzeko with 5 too. And it was PSV, of course, in the reverse fixture of this one that he bagged 3 of those against, completing a stunning hat-trick at the Camp Nou. We beat them 4-0. It was a great display. Everybody enjoyed themselves. And of course, the other goal in that game coming from Ousmane Dembele, who we mentioned in yesterday's video in a lot of detail. That was a stunner, all on his own. And with regard to PSV, since that match, and just like before it really, they have been on absolutely brilliant form in their own domestic league. In the Eredivisie, they've been faultless. They may be bottom of the group here, but in their domestic league, 13 out of 13 wins so far this season, maximum points, their best ever start to a season, and Mark van Bommel is doing a fantastic job there. And like I say, in the Champions League, they have been pretty unlucky. They put in some good displays, not always getting the rewards that they deserve, and we'll certainly need to bear that in mind, be wary of that when we go there tomorrow night, because just as we said, in the reverse fixture, there's one man to keep a very, very close eye on. That's Hirving Lozano. He is a very impressive player. He's got a lot of quality, a lot of flair, a lot of pace. He scored twice at the weekend in PSV's 3-0 victory and taken his goal tally for the season to 10 goals. And as we saw at the Camp Nou, he beat Jordi Alba in a foot race. That is not easily done, and we'll need to watch out for him, especially on the counter-attack tomorrow night. But overall, I just want to see tomorrow some positive energy back in this Barcelona side. I want to see a more positive, vibrant display away from home. Just remember though, it was a few weeks ago now that we went to San Siro, bossed the game in the opening minutes, set the tone right from the word go, created a bucket load of chances, dominated Inter inside a really, really difficult stadium. But somehow, that feels like months ago. It feels like a different Barcelona side. We need to get back to that team, get back to that kind of bravery in this team, and that all starts with the coach, Ernesto Valverde. Go out there, field a positive lineup, inspire your players to go out there tomorrow and produce a very convincing away performance, which we need to see more often. We need to see us going away and dominating in many, many more games, especially if we're to really challenge for this particular competition. If we want to win the Champions League, you have to be better, you have to be more convincing away from home. And with regard to Ernesto Valverde, that does bring me swiftly on to the official squad list for tomorrow's game, which sees the injured players, like we discussed, left out of the squad, and the likes of Coutinho and Ivan Rakitic returning to the squad. And you can see here as well the inclusion of some Barcelona B players, Miranda, Puig, Jokin, Chumi, and also Iñaki Peña included. Iñaki Peña should be on the bench tomorrow, of course, in the absence of Jasper Cillessen. But remember, of course, that this squad will be cut to 18 players prior to the kickoff in tomorrow's game. But with that, we move on now to those potential lineups. What can we see, and what will we see from Valverde tomorrow? And as far as I'm concerned, guys, with regards to any potential lineups, there's 8 players here that pretty much should be guaranteed to start this game. You've got Ter Stegen in goal, of course. You've got Umtiti and Gerard Piqué there. I think they played well against Atletico. There was a definite improvement in our defensive structure with Umtiti alongside Piqué. It's harsh on Longley, but Umtiti for me stays in here. Alba, of course, at left back. Semedo at right back in place of the injured Sergio Roberto. And then you've got Busquets. And I think Arturo Vidal did nothing wrong at all against Atletico Madrid. He deserves to stay in that team in midfield. And I think whatever happens, without Luis Suarez, we simply have to see Lionel Messi in the false 9 role. We have to see him central, because then of course he can drop into midfield, which he loves to do. He can pick up the ball from deep, he can dictate the tempo, he can get involved in all areas of the pitch. And meanwhile, you've still got these 2 players in a 4-3-3 ahead of him. And that's the really important question here, guys. Who are the players that are going to play here in midfield and here ahead of Lionel Messi? We have to give him options. We've got to give him runners. We've got to get players who are either going to keep their width or get in behind. You have to try and cause your team as many problems as you possibly can. And with Messi going deep, you have to have players in beyond. You simply have to. And for me, the absolute best way to do that would be to play Ousmane Dembele and Malcolm either side of Lionel Messi. So much pace, you've got a lot of direct running there, you've got a lot of players here who can get into the box, they can come inside, they can get shots away. 2 players there who are capable of scoring goals, latching onto Lionel Messi passes, and I just think that front 3 looks really balanced and like a lot of thread in there. They're going to cause PSV no end of problems, and at the same time, it's not giving you a disadvantage in terms of your defensive structure, because here in midfield, if you put Rakitic there alongside Villa with Busquets in the middle, that there is a pretty defensive midfield. You have got there enough cover, enough structure to break down PSV on the counter, and you can then let the team go in terms of this front 3. But of course, if Valverde wanted to go completely out of his mind attacking, there is an even more attack-minded thing that he could do. He could put Coutinho there alongside Vidal or Rakitic, and then Busquets holding in midfield. Coutinho here, of course, in that midfield role, a bit more withdrawn than he's usually used to, but he can link up with Messi, he can link up with Dembele, and he can link up with Malcolm. But like I say, that would be Valverde really going out on a whim in terms of an attacking lineup, especially away from home. But to be perfectly honest, I think here this is the lineup that Ernesto Valverde is going to go with if he still goes with a 4-3-3 with Messi in false 9. We could see him do something completely out of the ordinary and bring Munir in and sort of play him as a striker and then play Messi from the right, something like that. I hope that doesn't happen because I think here this is also a very good lineup. I would love to see Malcolm and Dembele either side of Messi because I think there is so much quality to be had. But at the same time, Coutinho from this left-hand side, we know that he can produce some quality there, and I just want to see Dembele start from the right with Messi in the middle. You've got Vidal here, you've got Rakitic returning, Busquets in midfield, and I think that's a pretty solid back four. I think that team there could certainly get the better of PSV. We should see a convincing display, and Valverde has to give these players the authority to go onto the field and dominate, control, create chances, score goals. That is the Barcelona way, and that all starts with an attacking, positive mindset that comes from the coach. And with that lineup in mind, guys, my score prediction for this game is going to be Barcelona 3, PSV 1. I'm going to go with 3 goals in our favour, 2 from Lionel Messi and 1 from Ousmane Dembele. It's a pretty outlandish prediction. I'm going to try and predict the scorers too. If that comes off, you guys owe me one. I'll tell you that now. But leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Let me know your predictions for the game in terms of the team and, of course, in terms of the score. And I will see you tomorrow for the big game with all of the reaction, hopefully following a good performance. I'll see you then, guys. Enjoy your evening. But until then, as always, Visca El Barça.